Hello students, in this session
Let us solve a question on thin cylinders. A thin-walled cylindrical can with rigid end caps has a mean radius r equal to 100 mm and a wall thickness of 5 mm. The can is pressurized and an additional tensile stress of 50 MPa is imposed along the axial direction. Assume that the state of stress in the wall is uniform along the length if the magnitude of axial and circumferential components of the stress in it is equal, then the pressure inside the can is. We have to find out the pressure. So basically there is a cylinder of radius r. R is given to us, the radius, that is 100 millimeter. This is given to us 100 millimeter. Also the thickness T is given to us. The thickness of this cylinder is also given, T, that is 5 millimeter. The can is pressurized. Some pressure is applied. Inside pressure is applied. Some P pressure is applied. And along with that, when the pressure is applied, there will be two types of stresses developed in this material, that is longitudinal stress and hoop stress. Along with this, a 50 megapascal of tensile stress additionally is applied. Additional 50 megapascal tensile stress is applied, right? So we have to find out if the magnitude and axial summation of the component stresses are equal. If the tensile stresses, total tensile stress, longitudinal plus this extra applied, and hoop stress are equal, this condition is given that two types of stresses are equal, then what is the pressure inside the can? This we have to find out. How much pressure is applied? This we have to find out. So let us solve this question.
this question is of thin cylinders. In this question we have a can, thin cylindrical can, which is pressurized with some pressure. Some P pressure is applied, and along with that a tensile load of 50 megapascal is applied in the axial direction. So due to this pressure there is longitudinal stress or axial stress, that is sigma L, which is given by, the formula for sigma L is PD by 40, where P is the pressure applied, D is the diameter, which is double of the radius, the diameter is the double of radius, and 4 times T is the thickness, right? Thickness is given 5 mm. And apart from this longitudinal stress which is developed due to pressure P, another stress is we have applied, that is 50 megapascal, right? So there are two stresses in axial direction and both are tensile. This is also tensile, right? So this is also tensile, and one direct stress is applied, that is 50 megapascal, and that is also tensile. So both will be added up in axial direction. So in axial direction we will be having two stresses, sigma L, which is due to this pressure, and sigma D, which is applied directly 50 megapascal. Now in circumferential direction there is hoop stress developed, which is given by sigma H, and that will be equal to PD by 2T. This formula should be known to you, and this is also tensile, this is also tensile. So due to these stresses, this is also written that the axial stress and hoop stress are equal. We have to find out the pressure P, right? So we have to find out this pressure P if sigma axial equal to sigma hoop stress, right? Circumferential. This is given to you. So what is sigma axial? So in solution, axial stress in axial direction will be equal to the longitudinal stress plus direct stress applied, right? So that will be equal to sigma axial will be equal to, that is PD by 40 plus, you should know the formula, and otherwise you go to the chapter of thin cylinders and check there, and direct stress is applied is directly it is applied, that is 50 megapascal, right? So sigma axial will be equal to, or sigma hoop stress, sigma, what is hoop stress? That is hoop stress, that is equal to circumferential stress, that is PD by 2T. And in certain condition it is given that these two stresses are equal, sigma axial equal to sigma hoop. This is given to us. That's why we have to find out the pressure, right? So it means PD by 40 should be equal to PD by plus 50 should be equal to PD by 2T. So we can write PD by 2T minus PD by 4T should be equal to 50. From here we can find out PD by 4T. Solve it, we will get PD by 4T, half minus 1/4 will be 1/4. This will be equal to 50 megapascal. So from here we can find out P as 200 T upon diameter D, right? So from here P can be found out 200 T, this is, we are taking in megapascal, so T can be taken in millimeter, so it can be taken in 5 millimeter, and diameter is double of radius, that is 200, so that is 200. Radius is 100, so diameter will become 200, right? So 200 to 200 cancel, we will get 5 megapascal. So pressure is basically 5 megapascal. So this is the answer of this question. This is the pressure.